Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are taking a look at the Cosmo Tarot. This is by the editors at Cosmopolitan. So I tried to film an unboxing video and it quickly turned into a rant video, and I will tell you why. This deck to me could have gone one of two ways. It would be fantastic. I would have nothing to complain about, and I would be really excited because it is a mainstream name bringing the tarot out of the taboo that it's been in for a while. Or the other way, which it went for me, which I do not like it at all. So again, I just want to preface this by saying these are my opinions, these are my thoughts. I'm showing you the deck and just letting you know my thoughts on it. And honestly, there's quite a lot. So, like I said, I really wanted this to be awesome because tarot has just now started to become more of a mainstream thing where more people are being accepting of it, embracing of it, wanting to try it out. And I thought, oh my gosh, Cosmopolitan magazine and website, big names. But no, it really just seems like more of a gimmick, and I will show you. So this is from the editors of the Cosmopolitan magazine, and it retails for $22 in the US, $29 in Canada, published by Hearst Home. So it's 78 cards and a guidebook. And from the back, as I read it, you'll see that there's a lot of promises being made here. So it says, unlock tarot's secret insights and predictions to guide your love life, career, and friendships. Like a crystal ball, but better. The editors of Cosmo are putting the power of the entire universe, yep, in your hands with this everything you need to know tarot card deck and guidebook. Use these cards and their special powers of divination to discover the deep meaning of your life, past, present, and future, and make your dreams a reality. Those are really big promises, and let me just tell you, they were not met. So here's the box. It's pretty tiny, and normally that's not a big issue for me, but I'm just like, now I'm just it is what it is now. When I was first going through the cards, they were all messed up. The suits were all good and in their suits within themselves. However, the order of the cards were completely a mess. So I fixed that for this. But let's just go over the guidebook. So we do have about the author, introduction, answers to every question you have about tarot cards and readings. Then we have spreads and then the cards. So Sarah Potter is the author, it seems like. So, you know, it's not bad in the guidebook itself per se. It lacks a lot and it reads like a horoscope. That's what I'm going to say about it. There's not a lot of information that I thought it would be by all of the indications, but there's some, so that's good. We got a spread here, past, present, and future. And then we have a facing a challenge spread and a 5-card spread. So spreads are cool. Love that. But then the information for all of the cards I found very lacking, and they read like a horoscope, and I'll show you once we're getting done with the video. So here's the back of the card. Love the back. It's fun. The cards themselves, like I said, are very small, so great for those of you who have small hands. Now, I want to preface this by saying if you are into this deck, by all means, don't feel like me not being connected to it is invalidating your feelings. It's not. I'm just not connected to it because I felt like there was more that could have been done for it and the price tag. Right now, to me, it feels very gimmicky, and you'll soon see why. So here we go. First of all, there are different colored skin tones in this deck, which I can appreciate and I love. But I just want you to see a theme in this major arcana. This would have been cool if there were two hands, one pointing up, one pointing down. And they all have different color borders on their suit. Do you see the theme? They all look the same. There's no connection for me for the energy, really. I don't understand the process of the images. They all have moons. They all have some form of eyes or hands or lips. And they have this in the background, which I feel like is a missed opportunity because I don't see, like, this looks like it could be like an astrological births chart. And so that would have been cool if it was supposed to be a focal point to have the whole grid out for each particular card, if you know what I mean. But like, I'm just really disappointed because all of these cards look very similar to one another. And I don't see the thought process behind what the image is supposed to be relating to the meaning. Now, I could just be overseeing something and not really looking deep into it. Like maybe these are some constellations that I just don't know about. However, I'm sticking by me not feeling connected to it at all. And it is a collage, which, you know, I have no problem with collage artwork at all, but it doesn't seem to really work for me personally. Now, I will repeat, if this seems like a good fit for you, please don't use my words and feel like you can't connect with it or purchase it. I just felt like, oh my gosh, this would have been a great deck to get more people interested into tarot because of the mainstream name. However, I really don't see that being the case. And I thought, okay, well, maybe the guidebook will explain the imagery, because sometimes that happens where, you know, there's the artist and the author, they work together to figure out what they want to depict in the images, and then they go over the symbols and why they did that in the guidebook, which helps the readers interpret the image and use their intuition. It's not this. It's not in the guidebook at all. This kind of made sense, like the crystals hitting the tower of frames. That kind of, there's some in here that do make sense, but like, I really try to find the positive in every deck. I don't know why this one particularly really irks me. I think it might be because it seems more of like a cash grab. And I don't mean any disrespect to the author at all, or the art department, whatever. I just feel like there's no life in it. I feel like it was just kind of hastily put together. Because of this, it doesn't work for me. However, there are some images in the minor deck that work. As you can see, they are all different colored borders. The only color that works right for me in the suit is the blue for the Ace of Cups. Everything else doesn't make sense, but you know, again, this is just how my mind works and how I'm seeing it. You guys might think it's perfect, and that's valid. But for me, I feel like this would have been another deck that if I was beginning and just trying to get into tarot, I would probably pick up because the packaging looks cool. And I know the name of the Cosmopolitan name. So I would be like, oh, okay, this is like a legit thing. So I think that's probably where my irkiness is getting. I don't know. I'm just, some of these, like this one, kind of makes sense and work, but again, like, I feel like just random images are here. So also, again, if this is coming in clear for those of you who read charts, I don't. Please let me know if there's any indication of it fitting, but it just looks like it was just pasted together. Like, why is this random frame there? I don't understand. My mind is trying to figure it out. My intuition is trying to figure it out. And I feel like it's battling each other a lot. Like it's simultaneously too much and not enough at the same time. So if you are a beginner and this is your first deck that you feel drawn to and connected to, I highly suggest having another form of tarot resource next to you whilst you are learning, because you are not going to get enough information in the guidebook to help you further your education with the deck or your intuition. This is just my opinion. Again, I feel so bad, like, just ranting about this deck, but like, I wanted so much to like it. I wanted so much for this to be like a good thing for our community. But at the same time, I feel like it kind of hurts our community because, again, the name and the fact that, you know, tarot is gaining a popularity and it's gaining a movement. This isn't it. This isn't the business. And I don't think I even talked about the cardstock. It's not terrible, but it's not the best. It's thin. But, you know, it shuffled okay for me. But some of you are probably not going to like it. Again, the price point seems decent, but the guidebook is so lacking. Everything is just lacking that I feel like this should have been like a $12 deck. $15 at most. And I feel so bad. Normally, I find really good things about the decks, even though I don't connect to it. But this just turned into just like, you know, when you have like hopes and dreams and then they just like come crashing down, it kind of feels like that. And then again, like you have green here, but like, why isn't there green borders? You know, listen, it's a cute pocket-sized deck. And some of these minor cards are really cute and good, but everything looks the same. Everything looks like just a slightly different version of the last card. There's no, you know, breakout cards for me. There's no, you know, look at this. Like, again, it's very, very similar. So it's just going to make you as a beginner, if you are a beginner, have more of a challenging time. So we're at swords. This is the only one where I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And I like that they use the pins for the swords. Pentacles have the clock. I mean, I kind of get why they did that, kind of. But at the same time, no, like... I feel like some things just kind of just were a huge miss. But then again, everybody has their likes and dislikes. And there are some really cute things about this deck, like the size. Some of these are really genuinely good in the minor because of the way that they styled it. But then again, for me, the few do not outweigh the many. So. And the keys for the wands. And that's kind of cute. You know, unlocking your inspiration and that sort of thing, or passion. That's cute. So like I said, this is just me having my own issues with the deck. If you are into it, awesome. Like, I don't want to dissuade you if you are really into it and feel connected and you like what it brings to the table. Awesome. That is valid. It is awesome. Go for it. But out of all of the decks that I've reviewed, I have not had such beef with a deck before. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. But I have to be real with you guys. I have to tell you how I feel. I just really had high hopes. But like I said, I knew it was going to go one of two ways. And it went the way that I was hoping it wasn't going to go. But yeah, I really wanted to like it. I really did. Let's see how it shuffles. It's not terrible at shuffling. It's a decent size. I like that it's like almost like a mini size deck, but you can have it be more tangible for your hands. All right, can I get a card to read, please? Multiple. All right, so what we'll do is we'll read for the Four of Cups and for Strength, so we get a variety of both worlds here. Because let me tell you, it's not a long read. Oh, God, I'm horrible. Okay, so we're going to read for Four of Cups first. So that's not cups. Where's the cups? This is it. So it says, you're feeling stuck, bored, and unmotivated. And then upside down. So did it reverse? Step up and create your own opportunities. It literally to me reads like a horoscope. It's so like surface level, but not like a good horoscope where it like gives you like details and, you know, like the ins and outs of your day or whatnot. But like it just doesn't move me in a way that it like I'd want to. Like if you just want a quick and easy, I guess, read, then okay. You know, again, if this works for you, awesome. Like yeah. And then for Strength, true strength comes when you're feeling vulnerable. Open up to overcome your fears. Upside down, your emotions are overwhelming. Learn how to work with them. So, I mean, it's like the basic of basic of basic. So again, if this is what you're into, awesome. I am not knocking your taste. I am not knocking how you would want to read tarot. For me, I'm just disappointed because I feel like it just is really lifeless and it doesn't give you enough of what you would expect in a deck of cards, a tarot deck. And then if you put this all out, if you spread it out, it just looks too similar. There's nothing really about it that I'm like, okay, there's a full story here. It just looks chaotic. But again, this is just my opinion. This is just what I think. Very rarely do I feel like I have a rant about a deck. Very rarely do I not find a lot of good in a deck. I feel like this could have been so much better. And I could be missing the point. I could be missing the direction that they were trying to go into. However, this to me feels like a gimmick. The BuzzFeed Oracle that I did a review on felt a lot more fun. It felt more purposeful, even though like I went into that one thinking that that was a gimmick. So like I'm trying to say is there's a lot that could have been done right and been fun and been interesting, but this deck lacks all of that for me. Please, please, please let me know what you think about this in the comment section. I am not trying to spread hate. I am not trying to invalidate anybody's opinion on this if it's different than mine. It's just, I feel like since a lot of you come to me and ask me my thoughts and opinions, since this is what I do, I need to be direct and honest. And sometimes I feel like this is like, it hurts my feelings to hurt people's feelings. Like that, I don't want to come off like that at all. So honestly, from the bottom of my heart, if this is something you're attracted to and you want to pursue, go for it. But I'm just letting you know, I'm frustrated. I'm disappointed and frustrated. So I'm sorry, the rant is over. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. And don't forget to check out all of my links in the link tree. That's where all my socials are. You can become a channel member and a Patreon and or you get perks and all of that stuff. So all of that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to some of my thoughts. That being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.